This is going to be Monday, August 9th. And so for the kids at home, by the way, my hair, it's something. For the people who are watching at home, I am going to be wandering around my room a little bit so I have a better chance of picking on children. So keep watching up screen. Hopefully my voice should be nice and loud and booming enough that it shouldn't be much of an issue. But for those of you at home, be less dead soon, and we hope to have you join us. All right, and then for those of you who are already less dead, welcome. All right, so let's go through and begin the torturing of things from there. So we covered that one, and tomorrow we go back to that slightly shorter class period thing with the best at the very end. So today we just go this class, 7th period, and then you get to go home. Tomorrow is going to go this class, 7th period, and then best. So that's not today. And apparently they did not officially lock in lunch seats yet. I think that is still coming. There's I don't know. They might make an official announcement, and they might just say wherever you're sitting is the official spot. I have no idea one way or the other, so it ain't my deal. All right, and then to there. So now we're going to get a chance to do the responsibility check to see how we can do to help you out. So step 1, papery thing. So here's where I'm just going to have you hold up papery thing, and then we'll see if you don't have papery thing. We're going to go from there. Papery.
Yeah, so please don't have the paper. I don't see what it does.
Didn't you just go grab it, AR? Did you need the folded up piece of paper?
Huh?
Didn't you just go grab it a second ago?
No, I got my picture.
Oh, that's what you got. All right. And then to there.
I got one of my folders.
And then down to just, now you can put the paper down except for, hey, Maddie. Is it in your locker?
It's at home.
Bummer. All right, we'll get you in a second. And then AR, you're still looking for yours also? Then, so we did talk about what is it we get. Maddie's going to bring me a gift. And what gift does she bring me? Nicely done. So go pick whichever shoe is your favorite. And then we'll go ahead and do a trade. Then Maddie, you bring me that and I'll bring it back to you. We're going to trade. So okay, you walk in. It'll be fine. It's nothing. Then if you don't want to do that, what you can do is see your whole big bindery thing. You can bring me a big bindery thing and we can do that instead. Except for iPad. Keep iPad. Because you're going to need that for a thing.
You have a pencil, at least.
There we go. And then to that. So then at end of class, now given on this one is the fact that she's not going to walk around in circles because I did that instead. And if you hate taking off shoes, that's fine. Normally I'll take an iPad from you, but I can't do that today because we're going to be using the iPad for a thing. Typically taking off shoes, the easier one. I'm not going to fight you, and that's fine with me. I just need a thing from you so I can make sure at the end of class that we exchange back, and then we should be good to go from there. And then AR, you found yours, so then you're good to go on that one. So again, this works. The whole exchangey thing goes throughout the end of year. So go you guys on that one. Notebooky thing. Would this be your notebooky thing? Good teamwork, Maddie. All right, so then you're good to go on that one. And then notebooky thing. No. Horrible. All right, to there.
Who's in the right this moment? Oh, it's hanging on the wall.
Good morning, Bob's House of Pickles. What's your favorite? Oh yeah, the wrong one, sorry. I have not the slightest. Yep, bye.
Wrong number.
Actually was a wrong number. I thought no. But no, they're trying to get the teacher who used to be in this room. All right. So then back to there. So now, yay. And you know that's the awful notebook. That's scary. All right, you're smiling at me with your eyes. And then to there, then you also have awful notebook. All right, you seem to be so happy about your awful. And that's also an awful notebook. All right. I'm just making also an awful notebook. All right, I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just keeping you in the loop on things. And then there and to there. All right, the one that's right there. And all right, and then I saw yours. All right. So again, part of today's check was 1, to see if you had notebook, and then 2, to see if you had awful notebook or not. Tomorrow we're locking in notebook. We're going to actually begin the writing on it because there's certain things you're going to have to write on the outside of it. There's things you're going to be writing on the inside of it that we're going to be doing, so we're officially setting it up. If you have awful notebook, this is my last day of trying to let you know, you don't want awful notebook come tomorrow. Unless those of you who just commit and you're like, you can't stop me from being dumb. And the answer is, you're right, I can't. I can simply help guide you But if you're like, Mr. Brovicast, there's a cliff, I'm going to jump. And I'm like, no. And you're like, too late! And I mean, you commit to your choices. And so again, notebooky thing. Then, while we're at it, picture of you. We'll jump to that one. And again, you should be able to hold up your picture with pride because your picture is going to be up for everyone to see. So there should be no shame in picture. All right. Those who have picture, put picture down, write name on back, first and last. Because I've already had kids losing picture, and if your name is on it, we can get it back to you. If you don't put your last name on it, we can't get it to you. If you just write Bobby, good job, Bobby, but teachers have to look you up by your last name. So put Bobby Jones, and then you're good to go. And if you don't have picture, when I officially pick those up from you, I'm really pushing for tomorrow. What is it you can bring me instead?
No.
Nicely done.
No.
Now, for those of you who are like, Mr. Brovicast, I'm going to outsmart you, and I'm not going to bring a picture at all because I don't want my face out there. The answer is no, because I'm just going to take a picture of you in class. Just like, and I just take a picture of you that way. So it just depends on what version of the picture you want it to be. But one way or the other, I'm getting a creepy picture of you to hang up out there. So you have one more day to hold on to picture so I can officially take it from you, I believe, tomorrow. So put it somewhere safe for hopefully one more day. They are. That's fine. Here we go. All right, and then there. Ooh, let's begin our fun from here. So, with the whole tardy thing, I've now officially covered this with you. Home children, I am now going to wander around the room in order to properly torture children. So you should be able to hear my voice. So just hang on for a second. So with the tardy thing, now that I know your names, I'm going to walk around and sort of like the verbal checking thing. So see how well you guys remember the stuff from last week. Whenever I do this stuff, I know in other classes they have you do like the whole hand raising thing. I usually don't do the hand raising thing because usually that just comes down to like the one smart kid that's like, me again, me a third time, that's always me. And so instead, I like to, now that I know your name, I tap into my teacher heart. And all I do is just look into my soul to know who wants to go and who doesn't. And in the way your hand gets raised internally, and that's how we know who goes next. As an example, for this first question, DJ's already volunteered, and his heart spoke to me and said, Mr. Brovicast, I'm a leader, I'm going to go first. I'm like, are you sure, DJ? And his heart said, oh, diggity. And I was like, you go, DJ. So good job, DJ. I'm proud of you. So when I ask the questions, you have 3 ways to answer. One is with the correct answer. And you just confidently tell me the correct answer. So when I ask you, like, what's my name? And you're like, Mr. Brovicast. That's not confident. You can't go up to the end. You don't ask me a question. If you ask me a question, I make fun of you. Because everyone knows adults are idiots. Because I get told this by students all the time. Teachers are morons. So if you ask me, I don't know the answer because apparently I'm a moron. So you have to tell me the answer with confidence. So option 1, DJ, the correct answer. Option 2, the wrong answer, but also with confidence. So I go, what's my name? And you go, Mr. Jones! But you sound confident when you do it. And then I go, is my name Mr. Jones? You sound so confident. And it confuses me for a moment. So I want confidence when you come at me. Third option is, I don't know. And you're always welcome to go, I have no idea. Now here's the problem. If you answer with, I don't know, I'm old, and my ears don't work very well. So when you say, I don't know, what I hear is, please torture me into better understanding. So even though you say, I don't know, I don't give up on you. I simply help torture you into finding the correct answer. Because otherwise kids go, I don't know, nah, and they just go right to sleep. No, I don't know means I get to help guide you through tears and torture.
Oh gosh.
DJ, thanks for volunteering. So DJ, here's my first question. In order to not be tardy in my room, where do you need to be when the bell first begins to ring?
Chair.
Nice one. See, there's the confidence. He had the confidence and the right answer. That's what I'm looking for. Make sure your booty is in the chair when the bell first starts to ring. Simple as that one. Avery, the first time a kid makes a poor choice and they're tardy when the bell rings, what is the first punishment that's going to happen? What's the option you can always go with? I don't know.
don't know.
Hang on. Wow, you really embraced that one. I don't know. You can give a little hug. You could always do the wrong answer if you wanted to, but be confident. Apparently, you really embraced the I don't know one, which I accept. So Avery, now on this one, that's where sometimes kids raise their hand to try and help her out, which is nice of you, but no. Avery's going to get the answer. We're going to help her get there. We're not just going to abandon her. So if it helps, anytime a kid does something wrong in my room, this seems to be the first thing I do to them.
Oh, it's nothing.
It's still you. Nicely done.
It's FBI.
So pretty much anytime that the first time you're tardy, it's a verbal warning. So it's just going to be talking. You go, Avery, why are you tardy when I walk in? You're like, I was staring at the wall. And I'm like, bad Avery. You're like,
Someone knocking the door.
and there you go. That's how the bonding goes.
Someone answers the door and someone's knocking.
Very good job.
Tardy. He wasn't thinking about it.
I bet it's Ryan.
All right, you exist.
Why did it take you so long?
I was at a doctor's appointment.
Ryan does exist.
He does. Welcome back, Ryan. There, you got the handout, Ryan. And I will get one here in a second. I like that smile. I know what that's telling me. All right, Ben. Good job, Avery. That one. There's go. Ben. The second time you're tardy, what's going to be the torture I get to give you? You can't raise your hand. Ben's already called this one. His heart already spoke to me. Yes, Ben. Again, correct answer. Wrong answer with confidence, or I don't know. Any of those are fine with me. That's not very confident. So no, I get to torture you also. I know, learning is constantly happening. So the second time you're going to be tardy, I don't just yell at you because that takes all the fun out of things. So the second time is going to involve your hand doing this a whole lot over like an entire page. Does that help you out? What are you going to do the second time you're tardy, Ben? Nicely done. And to make it better, who has to sign this essay to verify that you're a horrible child? Still Ben. Are you asking me? I'm old. I'm an idiot. With confidence, Ben.
Your parents?
Nicely done, Ben. Way to embrace the confidence on that one. Go, you guys. Let's back up a second. Did I talk about this with you guys?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you already did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Well, I was making
His
sure.
class is
I
very
was just the
strict.
first two. I was making sure. I was like, I didn't want to torture you guys. Like, crazy man, you never taught us any of this. I did teach. It just wasn't in the brain yet. That's fine. I was trying to make sure we're on the same page. Good. All right, Joseph. All right, let's go with glaring at me doesn't change it. So Joey, Joseph, sorry. The third time a kid is tardy, I know you're like, wasn't it still up on the screen? It disappeared. So Joseph, the third time a kid is tardy, what's going to happen to them?
Was it like
Whoa, don't ask me. I'm old.
at lunch you have to sit at that special table and write like essays?
You are correct. Good job, Joseph. The table of tears. And you get to have the detention and all kinds of bad things happen for me there. Then the fourth, Anthony, the fourth time a child is tardy, what's going to happen to them?
Sent to the principal?
Are you asking me?
Sent to the principal.
Nicely done. By the way, for those of you who are confused, when your voice goes up at the end, that makes it a question. And so that's what I look for, is you have to come out with authority, and your voice goes down at the end, and that's authority. So up versus down. Good job, Anthony. And you're correct. That's when you get sent to the principal and stuff like that. And then, it's a hobby. You want to go down to the nurse?
No, I don't need to. Can I just go watch them?
Yeah, go for it. That's fine. I'll make sure. All right. And then that was at the beginning of class. And end of class. Let's go the other way to the end of the Leela. Let's go. Oh, by the way, one of the other fun things. No, it's okay. The other fun things is now that I know your names, I don't have to look at you whenever I call your name. And one of the really fun things I can do now that I know who you guys are, I can make it even better by pointing at a kid and going, Leela, are you ready for the next one? So even though I know Aurelia is not Leela, it freaks out two kids at once. Because one of the things I've learned in the past, when I look this direction, all of these kids think they're safe. As soon as I go this way, they're like, oh, he's not going to call on me. So I can go, Leela, you ready? And it freaks out two kids. Both Aurelia's like, why does he keep calling me Leela? And then Leela's like, she stole my name. And so I get to torture two children at once. It's going to happen a lot. By the way, one of the other fun things I get to do is give you the wrong answer and nod my head at the same time. So I can say, for the fourth one, I beat you with a fish, right? You go, yes, beat us with. I'm like, no, why would you say that? So again, I want you to use your own brain and be confident. My job is to be horrible to you so you learn from it.
Well, you're
All right,
fine.
anyway, I apologize. So Leela, are you ready? At the end of class, in order to fill my heart with love, what do you do to fill my heart with love? So you guys get to lead.
Stare you into your eyes. And
That-
just with confidence. You just keep on staring.
You like how you work in confidence to try and get on my good side.
Steal your heart.
Well, you managed to make it sound creepy. I think when you're stealing things from your heart or soul, I don't think makes much of a difference. You made it creepy either way. I was going to go for stare at me and smile, but apparently looking into my soul was the option you want to go with. Sure. So I was going to go staring, looking at me and smiling, or if you're Leela, attempt to steal my soul by looking into my heart. Well done. Now let's jump back to that. Miles, let's go with, if someone's heart is not full of love, and they just stand up at the end of class and attempt to leave, how do we fill their heart with love?
Point at them.
And,
Smile.
are you asking me?
Point at them and smile.
Nice. We make fun of them?
Yes.
No! Why would you make fun of a child, Miles? That's a horrible thing to do! You don't make fun of them, that makes them sad. You're filling their heart with love. You can't make fun of a child while smiling at them. It makes no sense. Only I make fun of children. You guys stare at them and smile and fill their heart with love. Silly Miles. It's okay, I forgive you this time. What's up?
You can also softly giggle. That's what you said.
You're right, you can't. And sometimes that's just unintentional, but sometimes they do. For some of you, you're not used to having love inside of you, and having love in there makes me giggling happy.
I now have nightmares.
Love will flow out of their
It
eyes.
does. Leela, are you raising your hand?
Why?
Yeah, I was saying, I get what you mean by like when you're talking about like the fish thing and how you're like not.
I know.
okay, 'cause
If when an adult like smiles at you and nods their head, you naturally go, whatever that man is saying must be correct. No! The sooner you learn a lot of what I tell you has nothing to do with truth and facts, the better off you're going to be. The big thing I push for you guys to be able to do is think on your own. And the best way for you to think on your own is for me to lie to you nonstop. I thought you were going to educate us. I am, through pain and tears.
You
All right,
are?
so covered on that one, into there, and then remind app. I think this is roughly where we left off with you guys. All
Both too.
right,
That's where we ended.
that's what I thought. So go ahead and get yours out. I'm going to send you guys a message to make sure. So get out your mind, since you should have your iPad, even though I took all of your other stuff. And then go to Remind Me Bits, and we're going to make sure it's working. Ryan,
I don't have my iPad.
well then you're not going to be doing it. Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
It needs a charger.
That does make it tough. Is it dead right now?
I don't know. Last time I checked, it was
You said what is that?
1% right now.
Well then I guess you're just going to have to stare at me and blink also. No, it'll suffer. It's good for him. I figure at some point the response will
Well,
be.
I
Now,
wasn't.
now, normally what I would do for Cooper is I have a charger over there, but right now, for the few minutes we're going to spend on it, it's not really all that important.
I haven't signed up yet because it will take everyone else.
Then you'll do it right now. So those of you who have not signed up, I'm trying to buy you a second to get there. I don't think I could watch you guys through Remind Monday at all.
No, it was right at the end.
That's what I thought. So you're going to download it. Now, as you're signing up, you have to use an email that you can check here at school, because it's going to send you a verification code. If you've not set up your school email, congratulations. You've challenged yourself. So you're going to have to find an email address that you can check. If you don't have an email address you can check, congratulations. You've challenged yourself again. So that you won't be able to do this here. But luckily, we're doing this thing called recording class right now. And you can just go to YouTube later and then watch the video and then figure it out from that point. So as you get into it, you should be signing up with an email, and it's going to send you a verification code. Go check your email, and then type in that verification code. Then, the next step is you're going to be signing into an account with your name, and then the big part is, it's going to ask for your birth date. For those of you who are under 13, it takes away some of the usefulness of Remind. Because I'm going to be able to use it to send messages to you, where I'll be going like, hey, I'm changing the homework that was due tomorrow, I'm pushing it back a day, don't worry about getting it done tonight. So I can send out a remind to you if I have to change things at the end of the day. If you're 13 or over, you can respond to those messages. And it works sort of like email or text, where you can just reply back to me, hey, Mr. Broviak, I'm not going to get home tonight. Can you give me another day on the thing? I'll be like, yeah, not a problem. Thanks for letting me know. So we can talk back and forth. If you're under 13, it removes that ability, and you cannot email me. If that makes you sad, because you're like, I'm not going to be 13 until halfway through the year. I don't know your age. Remind doesn't know your age until you type it in. If you accidentally type your age in wrong, there's no way for me to know. But that's up to you. If you accidentally type your age in wrong, then that's up to you to deal with the repercussions of the choices you have made. So I'm just letting you know now, if you mistype your age so that you are over 13, it activates the certain abilities that are in there. Now, when you reply, it just goes to me. It does not go to everybody. So you don't have to worry about embarrassing yourself. I mean, many of you are going to embarrass yourself on a daily basis. It just won't necessarily be through remind. Leela.
Can I use my phone to check my
Yeah,
email?
if you need to use your phone to check the email like that, that's fine with me. I pretty much, I'm assuming for right now you guys are trustworthy enough. If you check your email and then all of a sudden you're like, then we're probably going to have more issues when all of a sudden you start dancing in front of it. But if you're just using it to check, I don't care, that's fine. Again, I'll treat you guys like respectable people until you act like an idiot. Hi, Dad, you trying to find the code?
Yeah, the enter your class phone.
I'm getting there. You're just a little fast. Hang on, Dad. You good?
I'm saying I'm not.
I don't have my phone with me. So
I am not saying anything like that. You simply take this information however you need to.
Yeah.
You put your full name when it says put your full name.
Yeah, but
The name thing is basically just so if you send me a message, I know who you are. And so as long as you have your name there so I can figure it out, you should be good. If you put like a fake name, it does not matter until you send me a message. Because if you send me a message and it's signed Bongo, I'm just going to ignore you. And you're like, I can't come to school tomorrow because my cat caught on fire. And I'm like, who is this? Bongo. And I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. And I just go ahead and delete you. So again, it's just make sure I know who you are. So just first and last, I can figure out who you are.
how did the cat get caught on fire? Is it like a flamethrower?
Miles?
It's disturbing how you know.
Yeah, it doesn't. I didn't get a
Maybe I
verification.
don't think they use my
For
cat.
some of you guys, it just loves you more. I don't know.
I have fire.
Maybe you've signed up with I have nothing.
Can I not say?
Yeah, just a second.
I
Leela!
have another question.
Yes, Leela.
Oh.
Hey,
okay, so I
Ashton.
don't know what email my mom's gonna use. So can I do it tomorrow? Can I like finish
As
it?
far as the parent email thing, so as long as you know your email, you're good. The parent email, it just sends them a, hey, your child's on remind message. You can type in a random email. You can literally just type in yourmom@yourmom.com and just say, my mom's name is your mom. And that's fine. It'll just send an email to yourmom@yourmom.com. So that one is just, if you know it, it's just that she gets a welcome to your child using Remind advertisement. But beyond that, the parent email is not important. Your email is, theirs not so much. DJ.
Maybe just putting your full name, isn't that like a middle name too?
No, just first class. Avery. Yeah, we're gonna get there in a moment. We're just a little ahead. Kira.
Do I have to put my last name? I mean, my name is pretty.
It's up to you as long as I can figure
Sure,
out who you are.
Davis.
Alright. When you get to the class code part, so you got past birthday and it's like, hey, you're in Remind. Welcome to your first class. You're like, wait. This is where class code comes in. If you're in my regular class, it's BROV. And then my advanced class has a different one. If your thought is, Mr. Broviak, I'm pretty smart, I'm going to sign up for advanced, you're only going to get the advanced information with the advanced homework on it. So then when you show up, you're like, what about that essay we had to write last night that was on Remind? Like, that's my advanced kids. And you're like, so sign up for the correct class so I don't have to make fun of you later. And then, it should also ask you, do you want notifications turned on? And the answer is yes. That is the whole point of this. The notifications. If you turn off the notifications, it's like going to a car dealership and going, I want a car, but you can keep the wheels. That's the whole point of it. So make sure notifications are turned on. And
I
then,
accidentally did 2005.
man, that's so embarrassing.
No,
All right, let
no.
me send you guys a message to make sure it's working.
Should've said
Also,
2005.
if you realize you have typed in the wrong birthday and you need to fix it, you can always create a new account and then just rejoin with a new email address. Because they don't let you go in there and change your birthday. Because apparently that'd be weird if you're like, oh, I wasn't born on that day.
I was born in 1999, baby.
What?
Me too.
Party like it's 1999.
Oh my gosh, I wish.
Welcome.
Party like it's 1999. Amish paradise.
No, that's a little strong.
Party like it's 1999.
Can I send you a message?
Sure.
Oh, I
Here, I send you one.
I was born.
Allow notifications.
Oh.
Everyone just starts back.
Just spam call everyone.
Wait, you can call on that?
Hell, you morons. Let's get the
No moroning, that's my job.
Alright, fine.
Oh man.
You can change your name.
AR, did you have a question?
Yeah, so I typed in my email and it says do the 4-digit code.
So it sends you a code to your email.
And then it changed it.
So you have to go tab out and then go to the actual.
Where's the email?
It should be like your name screen somewhere.
Usually on the bottom row.
Aurelia?
What?
I sent you a message.
What?
One more time.
Huh?
What? I couldn't hear you.
What?
Okay.
Wait,
I do not have email.
Can I take
Well,
a
I'm
picture?
screwed.
Can you take a?
Picture of you?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's good
You
to
are
hear you.
screwed, my friend. You are screwed.
Oh, I've had a lot creepier than that.
Hell, Photoshop.
All right. Now, DJ,
Are you supposed to say we're older than 13?
you're not. You're supposed to say whatever your real age is.
Oh,
So I'm
man.
saying 21.
That wink's so. That looks like a.
For those of you who have it activated, I'm sending a message, so it should pop up for you, especially if you've turned on notifications, the thing you were supposed to do. All right.
I do not have email.
All right.
What the?
Oh, I did.
That's a picture of me.
Try
Looks so
to Discord,
weird.
bro.
Sort of like Discord. Not quite as fancy. Discord's a lot better.
You know what Discord is? Very
You do?
I don't have email.
What's your Discord?
No, bad child.
Why
I don't know.
He said no bad child.
All right.
Somebody help me.
Yes.
it online either.
So now, if you are properly signed in, you should have gotten a message from me saying welcome 6th period. So that way I can send out a message tonight. It'll help you out. Aurelia?
I do not know.
This is just a little off topic.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever actually gotten a complaint from you ever
Gotten a complaint.
from parents because like students
I don't
don't
have
like
email
harass
address.
children?
Surprisingly enough, I have gotten complaints, but never about the things you're thinking about. Yeah, I know. You would think like that's apparently whatever reason that does not seem to bother parents whatsoever. Yeah. Parents can always find things to complain about. Oddly enough, not stuff like that. The things I think they would complain about, they're like, what? You beat my child? Good job. They're like, what? You mean my kid read a book? I'm taking you to court. I'm like, oh my good God. So yeah, parents complain about weird. Unless you're a parent at home watching this right now, then I love you. You are the best thing ever. They are.
Oh, I forgot that.
Wait, are you
I
recording
can't go to
live?
my email.
Then for some reason we can check later on and figure it out.
I can look on my.
Are you recording live?
Because I just save you on my
That works for me too. Now, clear off iPads. We're going to go, as I said in the remind message, it's time to get to the tortury bits. And it is time to get to the tortury bits.
Oh, I can see it.
Tastes just like water.
Because it is water.
It's because it is water. Good job, Devon. Nope. You just need you and your brainy bits for now. So, this is the part where we talk about me getting to torture you. I'm going to introduce something called behavior points or Brovicast points or just B points for short. Years ago, when I was a child, back during dinosaur times, one of the things that bothered me was worrying about a teacher having a bad day and me getting a detention. because I was one of those who tried to be like a goody kid, and it freaked me out if the teacher was like, I didn't have my coffee, and you looked at me funny, I'm giving you a detention, and it just freaked me out. It was like, when I became a teacher, I wanted to set up my classroom where that was not a worry. So in my class, that's not a worry. So what I do is I give you points that you can earn and gain as the year goes along. So anytime you get close to a detention, you can spend points to buy your way out of a detention until you run out of points. Once you run out of points, you can no longer buy your way out of a detention. If you're one of the goody kids like I was back in the day, instead of avoiding detention, you get rewards. And so you get good things that happen to you the higher up you go. As an example, if you can get to 50 points, 5-0, which is what most kids aim for, you get to pick your seat in class. As in, you can kick a kid out of their seat and you take their seat for yourself. So if for whatever reason Avery is like, I don't want to be close to Crazy Man, and so she decides that she wants to go all the way to the back and steal Dev's seat, she can if she gets to 50. Dev then has to come up and take her seat. If Dev wants to stop her, he has to get to 50 points. How many points do you have right now? Well, each 9 weeks, I give you 15 points to add to whatever you had before. Before this, you had 0. So right now, you're all going to be at
15.
good math skills, Jameson, my only kid who figured it out. So you're all going to be at 15. You get 15 more the next 9 weeks, which comes up in October. Which means if you're a good kid that doesn't lose points, but also does nothing to gain points, how many points will you have in October?
30.
Good job. So that's how, now, for some of you, you're going to struggle more, and you're going to use your points to buy yourself out of detentions. So you might be down to like 6 points in October. So instead of going up to 30, you go up to
45. No, I mean, not. Sorry.
hang on. But you were confident, and that's what I'm looking for. Again, even if you're wrong, Ryan was confident with that 45, and that's what I need. So 6 plus 15 is
45.
or 21. Some of you guys just embrace, I'm always going to be an idiot and very loud. And so we'll
feel
get
like
you
I'm
there.
the beast.
So the 21. And then so that sort of scales from back and forth on that one. Avery?
Can we take your seat?
Kind of. There's some you won't be able to, because I have kids who try to take my seat over there, and we'll talk about that coming up. Oh, in a moment.
Yay!
Tomorrow! Whoa! So apparently, even though we went through and did this whole thing, well, you can go ahead and leave. We'll see what happens. The whole idea, what we talk about, you're supposed to do at the end of class, right? Not just that part.
Pointing at all of you.
Yeah, the filling your heart with love, and then the pointing and smiling. It's the whole thing. I covered that with you. Tomorrow, we're going to get into torturing. Leave! I'm done with you.
Yeah, I'm done with you too.